All right, we talk South Carolina football every Friday morning with Will Gunter from the all-new Early Game Catches show there on 107.5 The Game, and we are getting down to crunch time. Will, how you doing this morning?
Doing good. Yep. One more weekend without some college football, a little bit of NFL preseason. So yeah, I'm like, yo, get all the chores out of the way this weekend.
Well, I was able to catch some of that awful Jaguars offense last night, so that was my first dip into the preseason against some Tampa Bay defense. So I didn't know which was better, but I was kind of leaning toward Jacksonville being that awful with Blake Bortles at quarterback right now.
Yeah. If last night was not a selling point for watching preseason, well, I watched it. I sat there and had a cigar and a few drinks and watched it, and that made it a little bit more enjoyable. But last night, if you're trying to convince, if somebody showed up and you said, here's why preseason football is good, you would not use last night as an example for why preseason football is a watchable television item.
No question about that. Well, at South Carolina, we were talking about before we started to record, things a little quiet this week. That's usually a good thing with a couple of weeks left in camp, that a good indication things are humming along pretty well. Not a whole lot of news out there, but certainly some statements made and some discussions that you had on air that we can hit on that mean a whole lot for this team preparing for North Carolina State. Eric Wolford, offensive line coach, speaking out this week. What does the offensive line look like at this point?
Yeah, you're right, a quiet week. And generally speaking, with 2 weeks left to go in camp, that's a good thing. There's only been 2 injuries that have occurred. One of them is a season ender for Jalen Dickerson, a safety. Another one, Stephen Montag, with a stress fracture. So you're right, a quiet week for South Carolina. But they did have assistant coaches speak. And Eric Wolford, one of those guys who spoke on Tuesday about the offensive line, Nothing newsworthy. He did say that there is a battle at left tackle that we're keeping an eye on. Malik, who played last year at right tackle, is the guy that Eric Wolford said if they had to play this weekend would get the start over junior college prospect Dennis Daley. Dennis Daley enrolling back in June, going through summer workouts, his first year in the program. So Malik Young right now winning that battle between those two guys. But Eric Wolford very pleased with the offensive line, talked about the experience of his center, Alan Knott, who's on the Remington Award list, and his guard, Corey Helms. And then saying the other thing, that they need some competition at right tackle to kind of push Zack Bailey, maybe the best offensive lineman on the line there. So, but nothing newsworthy coming out from Eric Wolford, which is fine. I think what we continue to kind of be a little surprised with is the positive vibes the coaching staff gives out, because it's so easy coming off a 6-7 season to maybe downplay some excitement and to maybe not build up your program. And while I don't think Will Muschamp and his staff are going out of their way to build it up, I also don't think that they're trying to downplay it and let the product on the field do the talking for itself.